All right. I think we're rolling now. Hope everybody's having a good Monday so far. Um, so going live every Monday and Wednesday at noon. You can plan on it on both Facebook and Instagram at the same time. And at right after I go live on Facebook and Instagram, I actually go live on TikTok. So on Mondays and Wednesdays, those are days I like to go live. So you can plan on it. I hope I catch a few people on their lunch break. But I wanted to just quickly talk about the truth about the scale because I feel like a lot of people miss this. A lot of people don't get this right. People are on one end of the spectrum or the other here. And this is what I'm going to talk about because here's the truth. I'll just get right to it. No, you shouldn't dwell on the scale. You should not dwell on the scale. Hey, what's up, Tyler? But you should, however, over time, if you're doing things right, you should see some progress on the scale. The question is, how much progress you should see will come down to some different factors. Now, I'll just go use some of my own clients for an example because they love getting shout outs and I'm just going to share some experiences I've had with them. So, hey, appreciate that, man. Let's take one of my clients. Let's just use Wayne Lyons. I use Wayne a lot, but honestly, his story is absolutely insane. When Wayne first started working with me, he had lost 50 pounds previously. And how's it going, Tony? But, you know, Wayne hit a plateau. He had lost a lot of the weight from just greatly eliminating fats, butter. Um, he was eating leaner cuts of meat, stuff like that, less peanut butter. And that's only sustainable for a while. And then he kind of hit this plateau and he couldn't get past it. And when Wayne reached out to me, I thought, most people that worked with me, we lose between 20 and 30 pounds. Then we start working towards another goal. Wayne ended up losing 102 pounds. So there's an example of a person that had a lot to lose. He lost it, and now he looks amazing. He looks super lean and ripped, muscular. He wears a tank top to the gym, and just like his triceps are bulging, especially now that he's done with his cut. 102 pounds plus 50 pounds before he started working with me. He has seen personally over 150 pounds lost, which is a phenomenal and inspiring story. So, yeah, there's an example of someone who saw some pretty immediate scale progress. But let me go with another one of my clients. We've not even been working together 6 months. I think it's been around just 4 months. But Kevin has, well, I mean, make no mistake about it. Kevin has lost 20 pounds, but here lately, the progress on the scale has been slowing down. Excuse me. Now, the reason is, sometimes your metabolisms can be different speeds. Sometimes, in his case, he had a layoff from lifting weights. And so now that he's lifting, now that he's really getting in a groove, he's used to my ways, he's used to the workouts we're doing, he's making progress. You could tell he's built some muscle. Muscle weighs more than fat. So sometimes you'll see someone boop, 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 actually start to gain muscle because they're eating plenty of protein, even if you're in a little bit of caloric deficit, and you're just killing it in the gym like Kevin is. Boom, his scale progress has slowed down a little bit, but you can see visually he's losing fat. His wife Jessica, who also works with me, posted a photo of him jumping in the lake with his daughter. Excuse me, and you can see the muscle and stuff, the cuts in his back in that picture, and you're like, okay, you know, if you didn't know, man, look at that. There's your progress. We're making progress, even though the scale isn't showing fast progress like it might for somebody else. You have to understand the context of where you were before you started this particular plan. And sometimes we make a change and there's room for a lot of progress on the scale. Sometimes we make a change and there's not room for a lot of progress on the scale, but there's progress in how you're, and this is the other part I'll get into. What else do you pay attention to if you're getting discouraged by the scale? All right. First thing that you're going to notice, even if you lived in the Batcave by yourself, if you're Bruce Wayne, all right, if Alfred was never giving you compliments, you're going to notice in how your clothes fit. Okay, when you get dressed in the morning, if you notice your clothes are looser, you're losing weight. Or if you notice like the sleeves are tighter, you're adding muscle to your arms, to your shoulders, to your chest, and how your clothes fit. That's the first thing. Take note on how your clothes fit. Secondly, and this was what I was going to say. Yeah, Tony, excellent point. Muscle weighs more than fat. Muscle weighs more than fat. What's up, Paul? So yeah, first point is pay attention not just to the scale, but how your clothes are fitting when you get dressed, when you walk around, when you take that look in the mirror in the bathroom, because everybody does it. Don't lie. Don't lie. Secondly, when you do look in the mirror, besides noticing how your clothes fit, what do you see? Do you notice? I'm going to call my wife right back after this. Do you notice your clothes are, can you see the way your clothes fit differently in the mirror? Does your face look leaner? Do you see a new vein in your forearm and your bicep? I always tell people the changes when you're losing fat, you'll start to see like veins and definition in your forearms. Then it'll move up your arm. You might see a bicep vein. Then you'll start seeing some shoulder striations. Then it moves inward. And then finally, unfortunately for, your stomach, your lower back is the last place that really leans out. It starts on the outside on your extremities and makes its way to the center of your body. But what do you notice? Secondly, and then third and finally, what are other people telling you? All right, so Paul said I must have one of those funhouse mirrors. It takes time. It takes time, but you have to celebrate the wins as they come. And third, what are other people telling you? And I know for me, I've been talking about it some. I went through this bulk, since February. And when you go on a bulk, like I did, you're going to gain some fat. I gained 23 pounds. Now, a guy could go on steroids and it could be 23 pounds of muscle in like a few months. And I gained 23 pounds over the course of 6 months. And I can tell you it's not all muscle, 100% for sure. Going back to point one, how do your clothes fit? Tight around the waist. Okay, as I said in my video the other day, I feel like a chunk. But it was necessary in my case because it had been several years since I'd done this. And sometimes you just eat more to get more energy to feel better in the gym. And just to make sure you're pushing the envelope and doing everything you can, even at the expense of gaining a little extra fat. But I've had several people in the past weekend. I started my cut last week, and I've had like literally 5 people in the past 2 days say, dude, you're looking big. Man, I'm loving the bulk look on you. Man, you're looking huge. Stuff like that. And it's like, maybe I don't see the difference because it happens slow, day after day, week after week. But when people come up to you, I haven't seen you in a week or two, maybe in a few months, and they say stuff like that to you to give you a compliment, it feels good. A lot of my clients will say, someone at work told me I look skinny this week, or someone at work asked me if I've been on a diet because I look different. Compliments like that are great feedback. Great feedback. And don't, while the scale is important, what you notice and how your clothes fit is just as important as the scale. What someone else tells you as far as a compliment is just as important as the scale. And then, what you see in the mirror, the little changes you do notice happening are just as important as the scale. All right. So remember, the scale should in some way cooperate, even if it is slow. But the way your clothes fit, what you notice, and what people tell you are just as important, guys. So remember that whether you're adding muscle or burning fat this fall. So that's all for today's live. I just wanted to talk about that because I had all those compliments and people saying they'd noticed I'd gained some muscle this weekend. I was like, this would be a great time to talk about the scale because I think too many people either say, the scale's not important. No, it is. It should cooperate to some extent. And then some people make too big of a deal out of the scale, and you shouldn't do that either. All right. I hope y'all have a good day. We're going to go get a little bite to eat and go live on TikTok here in a second. So if you're on TikTok, look out for me. All right. Y'all have a good day.